Nestled between Dogwood Butte and Thimbleberry Ridge, the Northern California town of McLoud is a simple place. A population of 1,300, no stoplights, one grocery store, and one roadside hotel. It's also breathtakingly beautiful, surrounded by fir tree forests, some of the country's best trout fishing streams, and Mount Shasta looming above it all. For most of the past century, the town has had one and only one business: logging. For all intents, the McLoud River Lumber Company, or Mother McLoud, as it was affectionately called, was the town. The company owned the grocery store, the hotel, even the houses. Mother McLoud was a doting parent. The mill supplied electricity for the town, and when a kitchen faucet was leaking or the lights didn't work, it took no more than a phone call for a crew from Mother McLoud to arrive and set things right. Every Thanksgiving, workers' families were given free turkeys. At the Christmas party, the curtain was raised at the local theater to reveal a huge mound of presents, one wrapped for each and every child. Life was good. In the 1960s, the company's fortune started to turn, and with that began the town's slow decline. Homes were sold. Local businesses folded. People moved away. The mill shut its doors in 2002, and former middle-class loggers had to make do with menial jobs and food stamps. The high school, which had once held 150 students, now counted fewer than a dozen. The school had not been able to field a football team for years. The huge letters on the side of the gym spelling out "Home of the Loggers" seemed a cruel joke. McLoud was dying. Desperate for sources of new jobs, a few members of McLoud's local government started looking beyond lumber. In what must have seemed a leap of faith, they placed their hope for the town's future in another plentiful local resource: its water. Much of the glacial melt from Mount Shasta flows underground and reemerges down the slope. These springs gurgle out clear, bracingly cold water that's clean enough to drink. Locals have joked that their surprisingly young appearances are due to McLoud's fountains of youth. New Age voyagers think something is special about the water, too. Some come from as far as Japan to meditate at what they consider a spiritual vortex. Doris Dragseth ran the local auto parts shop with her husband before retiring. To her and the other members on McLoud's district board, the idea of water replacing timber must have seemed an odd choice. Spring water had always been free for the taking. Locals just walked up and filled a gallon jug. But times were clearly changing, as soft drink vending machines and supermarket shelves made clear. The bottled water business around the country was booming. In 2011, Americans drank more than 9 billion gallons of bottled water, roughly 312 single-serve bottles per man, woman, and child. And the numbers keep climbing. Bottled water is now poised to become the nation's dominant beverage, surpassing even soft drinks. To Dragseth, this was clearly a market they should be in. After all, McLoud spring water was as good as anything sold in bottles, probably better. The McLoud River Lumber Company was gone for good, but maybe a new Mother McLoud could be found to harvest the local waters. It seemed a long shot at the time, but so did the future of the town. During the late 1990s, McLoud's district board tried to woo water companies to build a bottling plant. They had no luck until Nestle Waters North America, a subsidiary of the giant Swiss food and beverage company, took an interest. Nestle, the largest bottled water company in America, already controlled nearly 1/3 of the market with popular brands such as Perrier, Poland Spring, and San Pellegrino. Nestle liked what it saw. Large sources of unpolluted spring water with few dissolved minerals, the flat, clean taste that American consumers prefer, have become increasingly hard to find. Some of California's best groundwater, for example, around Lake Tahoe in the Sierra Nevada mountains, is contaminated with MTBE, an additive that makes gas burn cleaner, but is also a human carcinogen. McLoud's district board was so broke it couldn't afford a lawyer, so Nestle paid for the legal fees, outside consultants, and permitting fees. The proposed deal was more than McLoud's boosters could have hoped for. A 1 million square foot bottling plant located on the old lumber mill site, big enough to enclose all the houses in town. A contract to bottle the town's water for 50 years with an option for 50 more, annual payments to the town, and the lure of steady jobs. To Dragseth, the choice was simple. I couldn't imagine why anyone in the world would be against this. We need the jobs, we need the money. On September 29, 2004, about 100 McLoud residents showed up at a public meeting to hear about the proposal. Nestle showed a corporate video and some PowerPoint presentations. The 5 district board members all voted to approve the proposal. No discussion, deal done. Richard McFarland, a local business owner, sat stunned in the audience. This was the first he had heard of.